A big shift is underway in Oregon's local news landscape. The Oregon-based company that owned local papers all across the state has just been sold to an out-of-state company. Media Group was the owner of about 16 different publications around Oregon: the Astorian, Baker City Herald, the Bend Bulletin, the East Oregonian, the Hermiston Herald, the Redmond Spokesman, just to name a few. The company was founded back in 1908. Media also owned the Rogue Valley Times. We went and visited them last year. The paper had just opened in the wake of another newspaper that closed, the Medford Tribune. At the time, the staff was really pretty excited about the future. They had just hired more people and moved into a bigger space, and they were expanding coverage, and people in the area were happy to see it. But now things are pretty uncertain. In June of this year, Media consolidated a few papers and scaled back production on others, including the Rogue Valley Times, and laid off staff. Yesterday, they told us they were sold to a company called Pamplin Media. Pamplin Media is based in Mississippi. They now own more than 250 newspapers across Northern America, many of them in small cities and rural areas. They say it's their mission to provide trusted journalism and rewarding careers. They also bought Pamplin Media earlier this year, which owned the Portland Tribune and several other newspapers in Oregon. And according to the Oregonian, Carpenter then laid off employees. It's too soon to know how this sale is going to change the Oregon newspapers, but we'll be keeping an eye on it. So to get some perspective on this, we contacted Les Zeitz. He's a longtime Oregon newspaperman, one of my favorite investigative reporters. He's been in this business for 50 years.
The family that is behind Media, the Forrester family, has a long-standing commitment to community journalism, from Astoria to Pendleton to Bend to Medford. They have been keen representatives of the need for local news in the communities that they have served, and have been exemplars in how you can pursue that kind of coverage. But like the rest of us in the newspaper industry, their operations have been battered by the changes in economic fortunes, and that's what resulted in, I'm sure, in the sale that we heard about this week. But the Forrester family deserves great credit for being sort of an institutional element of journalism in Oregon.
Zeitz says over the years he's seen newspapers close and reduce staff, and at the same time a loss of trust in journalism. But he does say interest in Oregon news by an out-of-state company could be a good thing, because it means the company sees some kind of business viability in Oregon's media landscape. Let's hope so.